Look at problem number 15 on page 141. If a rectangle has an area A of 4 square units, and a lot of you might be inclined in writing 4 squared. However, that's not what the problem is telling me, that it's 4 square units. So you have to think of it as in centimeters squared, meters squared, kilometers squared. That's what the problem means by square units. The unit is centimeters and it's squared because it's an area. So the area is 4 and the width is radical 7 minus radical 5. And we are asked to find the length of this rectangle. Well, we do know that the area is length times width. So let's substitute the things that we don't know and solve for the one unknown. So area equals 4 equals the length times radical 7 minus radical 5. And I know in class we talked about sometimes fighting against your instincts to expand and simplify and trying to solve for L that way. Well, if I expand right now, I'm going to get 2 terms with L in them, and I can solve for L. My main purpose is to isolate L and solve for it. Well, look at this bracket. Radical 7 minus radical 5 is the entire coefficient for your length, and you're going to divide both sides by radical 7 minus radical 5 as a bracket. Well, anything divided by itself equals 1. So I'm left with the length equals 4 over radical 7 minus radical 5. We do know that we cannot have radicals in the denominator. We need to rationalize the fraction, which means that we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of radical 7 minus radical 5. Well, what is that conjugate? It is radical 7 plus radical 5. And we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. In this case, the length will be 4 times radical 7 plus radical 5 over, it is a difference of square pattern, so radical 7 times radical 7 is 7, minus radical 5 times radical 5 is 5. And this way we rationalize the fraction and remove the radicals from the denominator. So the length is 4 times radical 7 plus radical 5 over 2. We can simplify the numerator and denominator by dividing by 2, and we are left with 1, 2, and 1 in the denominator. And we can state that the length is 2 times radical 7 plus radical 5, or you could expand at this point in time and you can write it as 2 radical 7 plus 2 radical 5.